We're going to test ActiveTrack using a bike in an urban environment. We're going to test from behind me, from in front of me, from far away, from close up. Let's see how it does. Okay, let's turn ActiveTrack on. The easiest way I found to do tracking is just to go to control and then turn on subject scanning. It sees me. Okay, and then we're going to move to ActiveTrack Go. So this is pretty high. Let's start with that. And just going to cycle down the road here. See if you can keep up with me. I can hear it vaguely behind me. I've got to have this controller here because I wouldn't be entirely sure where it was. It's very quiet. Okay, so I'm just going about 8 miles per hour now. I'm coming down to a hill, so we'll go a bit faster. And let's see, shouldn't have any problems with this, but let's just check. It's going to go in a straight line. It's keeping up with me. I'm doing 16 miles an hour, 18. Yeah, no problem. 18 miles an hour I got to there. It's keeping me completely in frame. And honestly, I can't hear it at all now. So that's a dead straight line though. So now we're going to come around to a little bit of a corner. But again, I don't think there's going to be any problems here. It's nice wide open space. I'm pretty high up. Now I'm going to switch around and I'm thinking the drone should probably switch around too. So let's see. Yeah, it's circling around just to keep me in frame and it's staying behind me. Oh, what a cool shot that is. Okay, that's right behind me. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this down to be a bit lower. I've got a bit more confidence now. I've tried this out. So this is low. This could hit all sorts of things. It doesn't work. That's a nice shot. Okay, and I'm just adjusting the gimbal up a little bit so I can see a little bit more in front of me. Don't know if it will hold that gimbal position or not. Let's see. Now, one thing is I do really wish there was a mount to put this onto your handlebars. There isn't right now, but that's done well. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a right. So it's going to have to swing around this corner. And as I say, it's quite low behind me now. And there's things it could hit. So let's see how it does. I cut the corner a little bit, but nowhere near any obstacles. And that's done a very nice job. So as I just cycle up the hill here, I'm not going very fast here. Let's speed up a little bit. I'm on an e-bike, so all I can do is just bump up the pedal assist. There we go. But yeah, you get this really cool shot, and it looks like that gimbal adjustment has held. So I really wanted to be able to see a little bit more into the horizon, and that's worked out. It's held that gimbal position. What a really awesome shot. I'm just looking at the monitor as I go. This is incredible. Okay, we're gonna go right by a jogger here. Let's see if we get any reaction from this guy. Why is a drone following you, man? What the heck are you thinking? Yeah, it's getting out of the way. Okay, there's some family here too. Just me out with the drone for a walk, for a ride in the morning. Nothing to see here. There's a vehicle coming as well, but I'm well high to avoid that. Ooh. Good morning, sir. Hope that wasn't my drone upsetting him. Okay, so that's worked out nicely. What I'll do now is I'm just going to get down to this nice straight bit and turn around, and we'll try the facing shot. So the drone facing me. In my experience with ActiveTrack, it wants to be behind you, but it will tolerate going forwards a little bit. It's just because it doesn't know where you're going next, it's never quite as good. I'm going to get down here to this no outlet sign and then try bringing the drone in front of me. It's trash day in the neighborhood here, as you can tell. Okay, right, we're at a nice dead end here, so we can mess around a little bit with this. So first of all, I'm just going to turn around, and I suspect it will try to stay behind me. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to pause. Let's pause the ActiveTrack now, and I'm going to readjust the drone. It'll let me. Okay, let's bring out the sun. Okay, so now it is facing me. Hello. If I unpause it, let's see what happens. So I'm going to press the pause button again. Right, it's holding steady in front of me. Now I'm going to press the track button. ActiveTrack Go. Yeah, and it's just backing up. So now let's cycle toward the drone. Come on, back you go. Yeah. Now it's definitely not seems to be quite as sure of what to do here. And I'm pulling out of frame a bit. But it's tracking me. It's tracking me. I'm going very slowly, 6 miles an hour. And yeah, it just doesn't know in which direction I'm going to go next. I'm just going straight. It doesn't know that. Okay, so let's try a little bit faster now and see if we can stay in the shot. There we go. I'm going to pause it here. And I'm going to bring the gimbal just down a little bit. So I'm more centered in the frame, and keep going. Let's see how this works out. I'm doing 9 miles per hour now. Now it's still got its obstacle avoidance sensors working in reverse, and it's just not really wanting to go quite as fast as I would like it to. And now, for example, we're coming to a corner here. The road goes around to the right, and what I want to see is, will the drone keep doing that, or will it try and swing around behind me? Now there's a car coming, so it's gonna get out of the way. Okay, it didn't go anywhere. Right, it's kind of moving all over the place here. It doesn't really know what to do. So I'm going to be ready on the pause button and just wait for these cars to come through. I think they're probably not coming down this way because it's a dead end. Yeah, there they go. And there's one more. So yeah, so is it now going to adjust itself just to move to the right of this road, or is it going to try to go behind me? Let's find out. Oh, it's going backwards, but it's... Okay, if I turn right here, what's it going to do? Yeah, now it's defaulted to the let's follow behind you. This is really what it wants to do. So I think that the straight shots work quite well, the shots in front of you, to an extent, but it always wants to get behind you. So if you deviate left or right, it's going to default to going behind you. Now, I know that some of the other DJI drones, I think the newer Mavic, actually allows you to say where the ActiveTrack should take place, forward or backwards. But in this case, it's not doing that. Okay, so last thing to try then is the speed test. So I'm going to click on pause. That pauses ActiveTrack, turns it off effectively. But interestingly, it keeps me in frame. So I think it's just really moved me into spotlight mode is what happens when you click pause. So let's go back to ActiveTrack, turn that on. And now we're going to try a speed test. So let's get a little bit more altitude. There we go. That should keep out of the way of most things. And we're going to adjust the gimbal up a little bit. So I want to be the wrong way, a little bit near the bottom of the frame so you can see ahead of me what's coming up. And let's try the speed test. So this is a speed test where I'm also very small in frame. So will it be able to keep track of me? And it'll also be interesting what we do on this corner here. So I'm going to come to the stop sign that's just coming up and then take a right and then really try to move a little faster and see what happens. Oh, and there's a school bus coming up here. I've seen a video online of somebody crashing their drone into a school bus. I don't want to be doing that, so I'm just going to sit right here, let the school bus pass. It's keeping me nicely in frame. Here comes the bus. All right. Just flew my drone over a school bus. Sure about the legality of that. So now I'm coming around the corner and the drone, it's nice and high, so not too many concerns. And that's followed me beautifully. Stop at this stop sign, and then we're going to come to a downhill section where I'm really going to be able to go a little faster. So what do we get to? 18 miles per hour is the fastest so far. I'll try to push that a little bit. Now, by the way, I guess I'm now going downwind. I cannot hear that there is a drone behind me. I wouldn't know there's one here. So I'm going to go 11 miles an hour. All right, let's move it. Let's see if we can stay in shot. Yeah, no problem. 20 miles an hour. I only have access to one of the brakes because I'm holding onto the controller with the other, so I need to be somewhat careful here. Yeah, not a problem at all. 20 miles an hour kept me exactly where I wanted to be in frame. All right, so just for the closer now, let's see how close we can get to me. So there is a hill to negotiate here. I'm going to pause ActiveTrack, or maybe I don't even need to. Let's just bring it down. Nice. I'm just going to come forward a little bit because there's a stop sign there I don't want it hitting. And let it swing out behind me. There we go. All right, so we've got a nice low shot here. I'm probably 6 feet off the ground. So if another car comes, I will need to bump that up. But let's go. Let's see what sort of shot we can get here. Yeah, so I like that effect with the trees, and it's staying between those trees nicely. Yeah, isn't that cool when you get things that are that height of the drone whooshing by? I think that looks really nice. Yeah, that's worked great. So really, I've had absolutely no problem staying in frame. ActiveTrack, very impressive. And I don't think we had to use the APAS an awful lot, but when, I can have pretty good confidence that it's not going to hit anything. So that is my test of using this drone. It is so fun to have a drone just follow you wherever you go, and you really don't need to worry about it. Yeah, so I'm going to be testing more of this stuff out. It's an absolute blast. But yeah, this is the DJI Mini 3 ActiveTrack. Thanks for watching.